So this is what an infrared photo of the Doldrums looks like, the ITCZ, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, with a lot of activity in places, which is what I'm trying to avoid if possible. So I'm looking at those photos on a regular basis and trying to go for the gap. Still getting plenty of squid and flying fish landing on deck, usually overnight. So I find these in the morning, or if I don't, I find them later all dried up. It's Sunday. Not quite midday, and I keep coming up to check for a dark grey towering cumulus or cumulonimbus, and no sign of any, thank goodness, at the moment. Plenty of cloud cover, not much power coming out of the solar panels, but no nasty storm clouds. We've definitely slowed down a little bit. We're down under 5 knots most of the time now instead of around 6. And the wind is, we're just about holding our course on this point of sail. Would be nice to be slightly further on the wind. We're a little bit downwind to keep the Genoa filled all the time. We're just about managing. Still plenty of convection activity that we're trying to avoid, and fortunately we're pretty well in a gap in between them at the moment. Suddenly I realised that there was a flock of seabirds flying around the boat, and looking at them, all dark on top, quite long wings, rather stiff. I was sure that they were possibly shearwaters, very white underneath but dark on top. Well, suddenly it got very, very quiet. I was down below making up the log actually, and the boat was kind of grinding to a halt. And I suddenly realised that we're in this band of rain clouds, and there's another one there, and the wind had switched to the southeast. So of course the sails had to be dealt with. I did actually drop a first reef in. I don't want to get caught in any 30-knot sudden updrafts. But yep, so we're going a little bit slowly, and we've had to change course slightly, so I've got a bit of organising to do. We've just had a bit of drizzle so far, nothing heavy as yet. Grey overcast, drizzle, and not much wind. And what there is coming from the southeast still. Quite amazing, a sudden switch from northeast to southeast. 7 in the morning, and the wind really, there's just nothing. Doesn't know where to tell us it's coming from even. 2 knots, 3 knots. Beautiful sky. The sun has just got up, just after sunrise. Everything on the boat is wet. And I really need to throw in the Genoa to run the motor to get anywhere. We're heading due south, and as you can see there is still a swell from the northeast. And I'm looking to see if I can see a southerly swell, but to be perfectly honest, I can see a northerly northeast swell maybe, but I really can't see anything coming from that direction to indicate a southerly swell heading this way. There we go, job done. The Genoa is furled away. Absolutely no point having it out flogging the sail when we've got no wind. I mean, this is one of the big differences between this journey and my non-stop around the world unassisted journeys, when unassisted meant no use of engine. Here I am able to turn the engine on as and when I please, because I'm not going for a world record around the world solo non-stop unassisted. So it's really nice. I would just be flopping about in the swell now, flogging the sails or taking the sails down, because I absolutely could not go anywhere in 2 knots of variable wind coming from every which way. So big difference between that kind of circumnavigation sailing around the world, and this Pacific crossing that I'm undertaking at the moment. Very pleasant conditions, but unfortunately we're motoring, so I'm still waiting for the wind to get up. But what I'm going to do is get out the Genoa because we've got a little bit of 5 knots of wind, more or less on the beam. It is varying a bit, but I'm thinking maybe I can get the Genoa out and we can motor sail, at least increase our speed a bit with no more fuel consumption. So here we are, heading up the foiling line to let the Genoa go a bit, see whether we can do some motor sailing. Let's get the sails doing something rather than nothing while we're having to motor. We've only got 4 knots of wind, so it's not going to do an awful lot. Genoa. All we need to do is sheet it in a little bit. Unfortunately, that's not doing a lot. The wind is swinging around a bit, and I think it's a bit too much, so let's try to let it out a little bit and see what happens. Of wind, apparent wind on our beam, so really not enough wind to do an awful lot with the Genoa.